All right, so we're going to try to play Leave No Astronaut Behind today. It's another two-page role-play game. And I'm going to take us over to the player sheet first, and Rusty and Mike, I think I got online. We've got Tony and Conrad coming, so we may have to rehash this. So besides naming your character, you guys do not start with any sort of destined status. You have no pluses to your dice roll. You start as an MIA set of astronauts. Now you're on a planet, a foreign planet, an exotic planet, and you were there both as miners and as security, sort of in a dual role. So I'm going to need each of you to pick a class. Heavy spec, it's probably like your max. That's your heavy weapons operator. Point scout, that's probably somebody that can jetpack around. A tech ninja, that's an engineer. And then a grizzled vet who's in charge of the group. There can be more than one. Now, if I go over to the team condition panel, I see that I have Rusty has picked Tech Ninja. You did that, correct, Rusty?
Yeah, I
Terrific.
did. But
Mike,
I'm willing to do something else if that's the one that we can get rid of with only three of us.
Well, I'll take a heavy spec guy then, who needs oxygen. And Mike, what did you want to take? Do you want to take the grizzled vet?
Yeah, I'll take the grizzled vet. Not that I want to be team leader, but, jack of all trades.
I will go ahead and move that over for you, Mike. You see on the team condition screen? Okay. And so we're going to start all needing oxygen, but it's not the only thing we're going to need. You start each scene or each terrain of the game needing oxygen. And in our case, we had some sort of mishap, and our headquarters has thought we were dead, so we're long over reporting. And in the nature of this, since we have both Tony and Conrad also with us, they are probably need to be dragged at this point. So in order to find oxygen, if I go over to the player sheet and I can look, I cannot find oxygen with a search and control action. And I can find oxygen with an observe and react, and I can find oxygen with a do something anything. But we also have the right to pass. What we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to figure out in the first scene of this game on the ref sheet what happened to us. Mike, you are being attacked by crabs, and Rusty, you are having dialogue with our HQ.
Does that give us a +1 for being in command and control?
It could, and a 2 from me. I am playing a heavy weapons tech. That heavy weapons tech, rolling myself a 2, is going to put me at crabs.
And for the home audience, this dialogue restores CC status. So I don't know if that CC status is only for Rusty, or if
no, it'll be for the group. This is a group game. It's really a solo game in many ways.
Okay.
If we go over to the terrain chart, I can do some legalities here. I grabbed a number of screenshots out of the game No Man's Sky, and that's where those images are going to be. Whenever you're at a loss on what you think you need to do, you can go over to the terrain sheet and look at the evocative images. Thank you, No Man's Sky. Pretty good game to play, especially as an exploration and survival game. And you can maybe look at the terrain and go on, hey, I think the obstacle I'm facing is that predator creature out ahead. And we're going to go back around the table. Do I have Tony? I think I got you in game now, right?
Yep, I think so.
Okay, so we're going to let you. We're going to let you pick. We're going to go back to this this sheet here, and we're going to let Tony. You're essentially part of an astronaut team. We're part of a mining expedition, and our encampment has been overrun by these sort of crab-like creatures. Maybe we dug too deep. Maybe we upset their nest. But now there are reports all over the planet that these crabs are swarming, and they have sort of a xenophobe / face hugger from Alien feature about them that we don't really we don't find that conducive to working conditions. So you have to pick to be a heavy spec, a heavy weapon spec, a point scout, a tech ninja, or a grizzled vet. Now the differences are, if you look at your player sheet, if you are a heavy spec, you're rolling 2 dice and taking the better on search and destroy. But as a heavy spec, you are rolling only 2 dice and taking the lower if you have the observe and react. So, which class of character would you want to be?
I'll be a point scout.
Be a point scout. We got ourselves an 8. And then I'm going to get you to roll a d6 for your point scout condition on the referee's page.
Okay, a 4, which point scout says crabs. No CC status, resolve and roll.
Resolve and roll again. So we're going to go ahead and add crabs. The crabs are swarming all over. And once we resolve that crabs, we'll have to continue to roll again. Once we eliminate essentially all of the conditions in this terrain, then we can roll to move on.
I will, just to keep things moving along, I will not do search and destroy, because that would be silly. That would be rolling the 2d6 and take the lower. But I'll do an observe react with a 1d6 and take my chances.
Go ahead, +1 to your die roll.
7.
7, you've eliminated the crabs on you, and by doing so, you were still in a situation where you needed more to do. So let's
gained oxygen or laser pistol or critical insight.
You did not.
Aww.
So you are not the Omni-Man who rolls 1 die and gets 18 things. You may eliminate the crabs, or you can, if you wish, not eliminate the crabs that are trying to tear your head off and replace them with their own mindset. You can decide you'd want extra oxygen right here, but I think the crabs are the most immediate thing that you're facing.
Yeah, we should get rid of the threat, and then we can.
I think getting rid of the threat is the best thing. And then it's going to come over to me, and I'm going to roll 2 dice heavy spec, and I'm going to see if I can kill the crabs on me. A 5 and a 1 +1 for Rusty. It's easily I have killed. In fact, I could also change the command and control status if I wish from this, but I'm just going to kill the crabs on me. So here goes my d6 roll. It's a 2. We're all rolling pathetically low, but that's okay. A 2 on a heavy tech is crabs again, but I do not, I did not, I killed a set of crabs, but there were more that immediately were appearing. So I'm going to use my my pulse
CC status
rifle.
does not apply to this this condition roll. You don't get the +1?
Not for this roll, no. That is correct, Mike. That's a referee's roll. And try to eliminate the crabs. You would roll 1d6 and add 1 to the roll because we have command and control status. Or you may observe and react as a point scout, rolling 2d6, taking the better, and adding 1 to the roll. And you can escape the alien crab threat with observe and react. So the logical choice is you would try that.
That seems like the better idea.
That's good. Give me 2 dice.
Okay. Let's go do this properly. How about a 5 and a 3? +1,
3.
6.
Yeah, we take the 5, we add 1, it's a 6. So you have destroyed the crabs on you. Paint a picture. Tell me how you destroyed the crabs on you.
As a point scout, I used my long rifle and was able to shoot them very carefully off.
So they were coming out of like a burrow, let's say. You know, these are land crabs, which are strange anyway, but the environment is very toxic. We have to maintain our suit integrity. And as the crabs were coming out of this burrow, you're just picking them off one on one, right?
Yep, keeping them
Rally the group. Okay, it's going to come back over to me, and I have crabs again. I'm going to roll for 2 dice, add 1 for my crabs. And I got a 4. A 4 is going to be a respite. Treat the next roll of 4 on any table as a 6. No conditions move to the next terrain. So I got a respite. I'm going to go ahead and put that over on me. Now the respite is something that does not have to be eliminated before we leave this game, but it does not, or leave this terrain. But we do not. I have not killed the crabs on me yet. And we're going to go back to team condition here. I'm going to go back around to Rusty. Rusty, you got crabs as a tech ninja. Now you can pass that and hope that either Tony or myself can take them out, or you can try to roll observe and react, and that's only a single die. But otherwise, the other options is, even though you've got a crabs attacking you, you could do something, anything, and perhaps pick up oxygen, gain an oxygen tank we can add to the group.
Do I roll 1 die or 2 in this
On do something, anything, you're rolling 2 dice, and you're taking the better, and you're adding 1 to it. You can also pass and save your luck if you believe in that.
Got a 6.
6. Now, a 6 is going to be a result of gaining oxygen. I'm going to that's about the best thing we can do right now is put a backup oxygen on the crew. And I'm going to just put it up here over your name for the second. Mike, you're being attacked.
15 minutes into the game, I'm going to try and break the rule structure. I'm going to argue, as a tech ninja, I should be able to do something anything to pass a critical trouble, counting the crabs as a critical trouble obstacle.
And that would be wrong.
Okay.
That is not going to happen. Part of the balance that the game mechanics need is the fact that you can't do everything perfectly from each position. So, next choice, please.
I want to take part of the dead crabs that Toponi has shot and kind of plate them over our own suits to disguise us as crabs so that they'll leave us alone. So I guess that's more of an observe and react than a search and destroy?
That sounds ridiculous at this point. What would you hope to accomplish that in terms of game mechanics? Would you want to gain oxygen from that? I don't think so. Do you need to replenish your pistol from that?
No, I would treat that as observe and react, escape alien crab threat.
Yeah. No.
Crabs like eating dead crabs. So.
Yeah, you can. If you want to attack these crabs, you can attack them with search and destroy or with react. Let me get the verbiage here. Observe and react. You do not have a freestyle function here, Mike. Mostly what you're doing in this system is you're taking an action, and then after you see the roll, you're explaining what happened.
Right, and then we've got a CC status, right?
A 5 becomes a 6. That is correct. You have destroyed that crab on you.
And I did it by propping up the bodies as distractions. I'm still going with my narrative.
Okay, you can destroy the crabs by slightly armoring yourself with the armor. Eventually, I think our grizzled leader is going to tell you to cut that out. You're attracting them to the dead.
I was going to try to take out more crabs that are on Mike and Rusty.
Sounds good.
To try to help them, but I've rolled a 2 and a 1, so I'm going to take the 2. Is misguided. Add a terrain to the total required to cross.
But we're at command and control, so you would add 1 to a 3.
But I would prefer to take the 2. Yes. I'll take the 1 then. So it would put me up to a 2.
You do not have that option.
It says take the better. It clearly number 2 is the better.
The better would be the higher. If that's something that would cause confusion, I maybe can change that word in the final draft here. But the better roll is the higher roll.
I disagree.
There are
flip-flop those two.
Right, but with a limited die 6 table, with the number of rolls that we're going to be making and the options, you would never really get bad rolls if you could just decide to pick. You follow?
Well,
so
yeah.
you must take the higher of the 2 rolls when it says you will take the higher of the 2 rolls. You must take the lower of the 2 rolls when it says you take the lower of the 2 rolls. So I'm going to try to get with the radio set here and get connected back up to HQ again. Here comes my 3 dice rolls. And I rolled the best was a 5. Now the best I rolled as a 5, unfortunately, is a suit puncture. I'm like rusty now. Repaired, it happens again, use result 3. I also would lose my backup or need oxygen, but I don't have either. So I'm just going to go ahead and get myself punctured here. Wait, did I... A 4 becomes a 6. So that final roll for me is not a 4, it's a 6. If you're following along here. And I'm going to take Rusty's error /0 off of him with the critical deed I just rolled. And just sell it to me. Take a sentence or two and note how did you eliminate your error divided by 0 error?
Oh, it's simple. I just powered down the suit computer and powered it back up.
Got Microsoft software in the 21st century. Okay.
Windows version 99.94.
Well, no bonus in the sense that you're rolling 3 dice on that table. I'm rolling 3 dice on that table.
Okay.
If we get the change to command and control status, we may want to take that before we move on the condition. So,
Okay.
3 dice for a 6.
I will try for that search and destroy then.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to hurt myself.
Wow.
Assimilated by crabs. Dragged
You
or
are,
AIA.
yes, you are. You will be dragged, and we're going to need somebody to heal a dragged buddy in the next scene. Wow, that was I feel for you, sir. Tank, I go over to Mike. What would you like to do, Grizzlebat? Would you
This
like
is
to
where
roll
I'm
on
gonna
the
try
table
and
to
roll.
move us on?
Yep, that's search and destroy, right?
Yep, 3 dice.
There it is. We're on. We move on.
And that'll give you a little bit better picture of what we're fighting here. Those crabs are a lot bigger than we remember them. All right, so we go back to our team condition table and we take off the tool surges. I go back.
Rabbit rhinoceros beetle.
All of the respites are gone. So take off all the puncture is gone. You repair that. The respites are gone. Tony was dragged. Now, a decision we have to make. We lost the satellite data. Now, Tony was dragged. Now, because Tony was dragged, somebody couldn't carry backup oxygen. Was that me? I'm going to drop my backup oxygen to carry Tony. Now, Tony is going to have to be healed by somebody in this whole episode. But we're going to go back to the ref sheet. And now, Rusty, start us off. You got 2 critical Bs. We also have assimilated and dragged Tony. What are you going to do about assimilated and dragged Tony?
7.
7. Tony's back
Form
up
a
and
critical
running.
beat, which is what we have to do for Tony.
Yeah, it will know. If you read under player, it says perform a critical deed, pass a critical trouble, obstacle, gain oxygen laser pistol, else heal dragged buddy.
Oh, okay, we're going to heal the drag buddy.
Yes, we're going to heal the drag buddy. You certainly could pick up oxygen from this if you wish, but and because we entered the battle,
We're going to heal Tony.
the new terrain, we use Rusty's backup oxygen, but Mike needs oxygen, and I need oxygen since I'm not carrying it, and Tony will use his backup oxygen, and that'll be the oxygen situation in the new terrain. Rusty and Mike, for the moment, well, Mike is a heavy spec. It'd be nice if he had his laser pistol so that he could do anything. But it's up to you. Did you find him a laser pistol?
Yeah, we'll give Mike a laser pistol.
Okay, go ahead and look at the terrain chart just for a second, Tony, and look at that picture of the flying monster. And there's a building off in the distance. But where did you find the laser pistol? Just on the graphic?
Oh, it was Mike that has kept his safety on. He didn't realize.
So
What's
Mike
the problem?
actually is making a mistake. He's forgetting his training here.
Yeah,
Well,
Well, I did start off as a grizzled bed. I'm not used to being in a heavy spec position.
I thought you're the guy that's supposed to cover for everyone, a jack of all trades. Now it's over to me, and I've got Tool Surge on. And with Tool Surge, I can't do on one table. The only thing I really can do, and again, I'm looking at this, I cannot heal Mike with the Tool Surge on. Make no attempts here until next terrain. I can roll to move the terrain forward, but if I do that, we pretty much are saying bye-bye to Mike. I will pass. I can't move forward anyway. I don't have oxygen. I am rolling. Wait, it's heavy spec. Yeah, no, I would take the worst if I rolled Observe and React. Off to you, Rusty. Yes.
Oh, 3, 4. We get more satellite data.
Double the satellite data.
I pushed satellite data to everyone again.
Double the fun. over to me with a tool surge. I got to pass. I could, if we really get to the point where we're going to risk this, who is going to make the roll to save Mike? Who is going to make the roll to repair Rusty? That's going to have to be you, I think, Tony. And then if we see it really, you get burned by that. You're going to have to roll 3 dice and take the worst on do something, anything. But you add 1 to each of the die. Are we going to leave Mike behind? You know, the odds are we should leave Mike behind.
Oh, wait.
I hate to say it.
Game again? No Astronaut Left Behind. No, I don't think we can.
Make your one roll on do something, anything. It's 3 dice, and
you leave behind the guy who's been dragging Conrad.
Well, we leave behind Conrad too. It's if you had taken extra oxygen, this might never have happened.
You can delay it 1 turn if you want, Tony.
I did take extra oxygen, but we lost it somehow.
You know what you can do instead is you can load us all up with oxygen tanks before we make the run and leave Mike behind.
I think it's probably a good idea to load up some oxygen first.
Okay, go ahead. Let's see if we get some oxygen here.
Yep. Why don't we do some? Mike needs some oxygen.
Mike needs some oxygen. Let's give Mike backup oxygen so he's extra heavy to carry around. And so again, I'm even looking at this further. There are 3 critical deeds in the party. If we run, Tony, you and I, Rusty is dead as well.
This is not a very happy table.
It is coming up on 8 o'clock. This could be a good time to end the video and end our lives here. 1 terrain in the 2nd terrain. Boy, do I need to work on the balance of this game because this is just butt ugly. But I've seen other games like that Ninja Warrior Defend the Village game that were impossible to win as well. Tony, you're rolling 3 dice and you're taking the lowest, but you're adding 1 to every die. Give me a 3-die roll to see if we have any option here.
Oh, God, all right. How about that? How about that?
You want to heal Rusty's tool surge.
Yeah, let's do that because he's already getting the respite.
You want to heal Rusty's tool surge. That is like a moment in history for this game. So now I don't even have to balance it. It looks like the game works. Thank you, Tony.
I need a little bit of balance, though.
A year from now, when somebody's playing this going, how did anyone win? They can look at this video and go, if you just make a damn dice roll when you need one. Nice roll, Tony. 6, 5, 6.
Nice roll, Tony.
That's got to be like in the 200s. 1 out of 200. Okay, so Tony has repaired Rusty. I pass. Rusty, you should do your damnedest to repair me, because if we can get 2 guys rolling triple dice here.
Red. That's a 5, which becomes, let's see, I haven't looked at the sheet here.
You just punctured your suit again.
Repaired yet happens again. So I punctured my suit. And lost my backup.
Who is this tech? Who is this tech? You punctured your suit again, and I think you need oxygen as well with that roll, right? Let me take a look.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. All right. So we go back to Tony. Tony is repairing our oxygen here. Go ahead, Tony.
I'm figuring out the oxygen. Yep. Oh, maybe I'm not. I am gonna
hyperventilate it.
I'm gonna hyperventilate, and I'm gonna need oxygen.
All right, I'm going to pass that over to you, and then it's going to come back to me. And again, I can't really do much. I can't get critical deeds to the party. I can't restore Mike. I cannot, not with that tool surge on me. I cannot really get oxygen either because I'd have to roll on a table where I'm on 3 dice, take the worst. I am +1 if it comes to that. But back to Rusty. Rusty, you're going to have to risk the punctured, I think.
I do.
And there's a 6.
Hey, there you go.
Choice of you, Rusty. You can take my tool surge or prepare your
tool surge off so Red can go and
so I get a chance to roll some dice here. That's probably the most smartest. And I comes over to Tony. Tony, you still trying to get us all oxygen here, I think?
Yeah, absolutely. Oxygen. 5 plus 1 of a 6. Why don't we take that need oxygen off from me?
Okay, and it comes over to me. I'm rolling 3 dice, and I'm trying to either end a critical deed or heal Mike. Mike can make some good rolls if we can heal Mike. So I think healing Mike is the thing I need to do. Rolling 3 dice, trying to tend to my wounded buddy. I'm taking that crab. I'm tearing off his head. Mike, you're gonna lose part of your scalp, I'm afraid. Oh. No, I'm not knocked out of it. It's a 3. It's just a division by 0 area. If it happens again, I die. I'm not out of it. I just would risk death if I roll that bad again. It's over to you, Rusty. What would you like to do with your technique?
And we went MIA status as well.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Red.
No, but I can restore that. That's if you guys
can.
pass and come back to me, I can try to get that back.
I'll pass and let him get back the MIA status.
Okay, and Tony?
Let me see. I could try to get a roll of 6. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass. Go ahead.
Or you can roll for oxygen.
Yeah, but it's.
Oh, but there's no plus. Okay, yeah. No, why don't you come back to me and let me roll 3 dice on heavy spec.
I'll let you do that.
Okay, here comes my 3 dice on heavy spec, and I got a 6. So let's take that. Let's take our status and come back to CC status again, right?
Right.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. I'm gonna move that closer since it seems to come up a lot. And go ahead and Rusty, it's your action. You got your CC status again. You're rolling the 3 dice.
Okay, I'm rolling 3 dice. Let's see if I can get Mike back.
Mike back up.
I can get Mike back up.
Mike is back up and running. Mike, I don't know if you decided to leave this game, but you're back up and running. It's your turn.
Nope, I can do a thing.
Good job, Mike. You stayed with us.
What's going on? We got to divide by 0. Tony, I've got backup oxygen, critical deed, respite 4, 6, critical deed, need oxygen. Puncture 5, 3 on the heavy spec guy. Nobody's got any crabs.
I think you need to try to eliminate those critical deeds if possible.
Eliminate critical deeds, or eliminate the puncture on Rusty, or the divide by 0 on me. I was looking at Rusty's roll. Mike, you're on do something, anything, please, for the party.
Yep, as a heavy spec, and we have satellite, so I get to take roll 3 dice, right?
Yes.
So, I'll take a 5.
I think you want the 6 there.
No, take the 6,
I thought we were MIA, not CC.
No, we got it back.
I believe I got that back for us as the heavy spec. It was a good play on our part, good wargaming play. Mike, you have rolled a 6. You may take the puncture off of Rusty. You may take the division by 0 error off of me. You can remove a critical deed on yourself of Rusty. What would you like to do?
I think Rusty's a tech ninja. Red, you're still let me look back at the team condition. You're a heavy spec dude?
I'm a heavy spec dude, but if I get the division by 0 error off, I'm rolling 3 dice, adding 1
on do something anything?
Yeah, as a do something anything.
Let's take off your divide by 0.
Okay, that probably is a good one. Thank you, Mike. And over to Tony. Tony, your choice. What would you like to do?
Oxygen.
Oxygen. He's becoming a one-trick pony, but it's the most important thing in the world here.
I do have past critical trouble obstacle. Are those the same thing, or
yes? Avoid critical trouble. Past critical trouble. Critical trouble is a result that can appear in the game.
Oh, okay.
So it's a condition.
Okay, so it's not one of those.
It's like if I'm in critical trouble, or the terrain is causing us critical trouble. Something about the game is causing critical trouble, and you can eliminate it. Okay, let's go through the team condition really quick. Respites just go away. Punctures only last for the phase. Division by 0. Let's take a look. It says, happens again. Here, you die. Recovers in next terrain. Recovers in next terrain, Mike. And then finally, the observes. Let's move those off. There you go. And so we are back, and we have the first thing we do is we expend some oxygen. 1, 2, 3, 4. None of us need oxygen to start this phase. I think Mike, I took yours off, but it came back. And now we're gonna roll. Let's go around the table. Let's start with Rusty on the ref sheet.
We've all got our oxygen. We're all ready to move on. Yeah,
we
okay,
need
I'll
to do a
search and
search and
destroy.
We're close enough. Go ahead and roll.
That's a 6. That moves us on and gives us the CC status.
And we have moved on. And new terrain. The team condition, we lose the 0 error, we lose the puncture, and we lost the satellite data. We lost our delays, but we are pretty much in good shape. Now we go to the backup oxygens. We got 3 of those. I do not have backup oxygen, so I enter the phase needing oxygen. And we're going to go around the table and we're going to roll on ref sheet to find out what we need. Rusty, give me a die 6, please. Nobody knows the troubles I've seen. And we're going to go back to our team condition and start the terrain. And I will go with Rusty. Rusty, you get that dialogue, which means that's it for you at the moment. Okay, so that would be the oxygen we needed to enter the phase. None of us need oxygen to start the phase. And we will roll on the tables for what we need to perform.
Search and destroy gets us out of here. A 6. We're out.
And that would be the way that works. As a mini game, it has some potential if you clear it up just a little bit. You certainly can elaborate off of it. I don't think I'm disappointed with it, but it probably needed one more level of nuance.